Hi friends, welcome to my YouTube channel SS Analysis. First of all, I would like to tell you that if you are watching this video first time, subscribe my YouTube channel to see my more upcoming videos on analysis of different commodities and equity indices. And second important thing is to watch this video till its end to understand this story to take your decision. Your whole like will motivate me to be regular in working more hard for you. Let us start the day to analyze the movements of Nifty futures in different time frames. Friends, this is a daily chart of Nifty futures where I have described my expected trading zone from May 22nd to July 1st, 2019. So friends, this will be my zone where I would like to go short with a stop loss at the level of 1263. Here you can see that currently the Nifty futures have been trading at the level of 11,986, where we can see formation of an exhaustive candle. No doubt that the complete exhaustion has not been confirmed till now, but I would like to wait and watch till the 15 minutes before today's closing. Now let us check this candle with a more closer view. Let me zoom this. Here you can see that in a daily chart, this was my decisive zone, which I explained in my previous analysis that the Nifty futures will decide their further directional move during the upcoming days whenever they will break this decisive zone on either side. If the Nifty futures break this decisive zone on this side, no doubt that we may find some sell-off in Nifty futures. But on the other hand, if the Nifty futures break this decisive zone from this side, we will see some strength in Nifty futures. But finally, the Nifty futures came out of this decisive zone on May 24th, 2019, and no doubt that after coming out of this, Nifty futures touched the levels of 11,835 on the lower side, from where we witnessed an upward move on May 27, 2019 on the first trading session of this week, when we witnessed formation of this candle, which has shown the lows of 11,834, and on the upper side it faced resistance at the level of 11,957, and the main body was this one, where we find the Nifty futures to trade amid this zone on May 27, but on May 28th, Nifty futures formed this hammer, and on May 29th, Nifty futures formed this formation. In all these formations, I find that this formation looks evident enough for continuation of bearish pressure in Nifty futures during the days ahead. As here you can see, the Nifty futures have formed a good hammer, but still we are facing some resistance at the level of 11,989 after touching the highs of 12,004. Nifty futures faced stiff resistance because I find that this was the level where the Nifty futures tested their highs on May 23rd, where the Nifty futures found sharp selling, which resulted in a sharp downward move. So this formation of an exhaustive candle is evident enough to cap the upside of Nifty futures at these levels, where I find that the upper side of Nifty futures has been capped now at the level of 12,000. Therefore, I find that amid growing hopes for the upcoming government, when the Prime Minister Mr. Narendra Modi going to take oath today, so let us see what he is going to announce during the upcoming days. Therefore, I find that the Indian equity markets have experienced sudden jolts during the last few trading sessions of May due to sudden revival of hopes for Achhe Din once again after this new concept of Indian economy, which was born in the year 2014. Yes, the Achhe Din was really a strong political strategy to win Indian voters' hearts in 2014, but Indian economy never felt this dream to see the light of the day during the last 5 years, even till the year 2019, when finally Mr. Modi has come back once again as the Prime Minister of India. Therefore, I find that the Indian equity markets have shifted their focus from politics to economics. A plethora of economic problems, from growing unemployment to growing fiscal deficit on one hand, and on the other hand, growing non-performing assets of banks will remain a big problem during the days ahead. Therefore, I find that we will see the Nifty futures to remain under strong bearish pressure till July 1st if we find some constructive plans from the upcoming government. Therefore, I find if the Indian equity markets find absence of any constructive plan from the government to revive Indian economy, once again we will see the Indian economies to follow global economic slowdown during the days ahead, as the lingering tariff trade war is evident enough to keep the global equity markets under bearish pressure during the upcoming weeks, because the global equity markets have been constantly facing stiff resistance at the current levels due to growing fear for upcoming economic slowdown during the days ahead. Therefore, I find that the current situation of Indian economy is not so well. Therefore, the need of the hour is to take care of Indian economy on every front, especially at the rural level, where a lot of work needs to be done for generating employment at rural level. We will have to make policies for the development of Indian farmers so that the Indian agriculture production may rise. And secondly, the liquidity crunch will have to be tackled with great care, because currently the growing non-performing assets of the banks have created a lot of problems, and on the other side, absence of employment opportunities will have to be taken care of. Therefore, I find that if the Nifty futures make a downward move below the levels of 11,752, we will see a sharp sell-off during the upcoming week. Therefore, we will have to keep a visible eye over the closing levels on the last trading session of this week. So Friday's closing will definitely define the upcoming directional move of the Nifty futures during the days ahead. So friends, these are my expected trading zones, where my first resistance will be at the level of 11,900, where the Nifty futures have currently taken good support after moving upward on May 30th. So in a downward move, it has found good support at this level, and my second resistance level will be at the level of 12,056, and third resistance level will be at 12,178. Therefore, I find that if we find a gap down opening, therefore I find if the Nifty futures make a sustainable move below the level of 11,900, we will see the Nifty futures to remain under bearish pressure, and I find that during the upcoming week, on the first trading session, we will see the Nifty futures to move below the levels of 11,700, where a sustainable move may drag the Nifty futures amid this zone. This is my sliding zone, where I find if the Nifty futures enter amid this zone before June 6th, I will find the Nifty futures to remain under bearish pressure, where they may find their support levels. First immediate support will be at the level of 11,000, where the 200 days moving average will provide some support, from where we may expect a bounce back in Nifty futures. But overall trend will remain bearish during the month of June if the newly formed government is not able to provide a constructive plan for growth of Indian economy in a short time span. We will see the Nifty futures to remain under bearish pressure, where in a downward voyage they may find some bounce backs from these support levels which have indicated in this chart. Now let us go back to the movement of Nifty. Friends, this is a daily chart of Nifty Index. Here you can see that I have already explained my few previous analysis on Nifty in this chart pattern. Here you can see that finally the Nifty 50 has faced stiff resistance at the level of 11,953 today. Let me zoom this. Here you can see that after touching the highs of 12,041, Nifty Index make a downward move on May 23rd, and on May 24th Nifty tried to make upward moves but faced resistance at this level, at the level of 11,862, and formed this bullish candle. And once again on May 27th, on the first trading session of this week, Nifty Index tried to remain steady, but once again the upside was up to the highs of 11,956. Therefore, I find that this move on May 23rd have finally decided the upside of Nifty Index has been capped at these levels, where I find that the Nifty futures will not try to touch even these levels during the days ahead. No doubt that since May 28th, Nifty Index have been constantly facing selling pressure because the FIs and the DIs have sold more than 1 lakh contracts in Nifty Index options, which suggests the Nifty will remain under bearish pressure during the days ahead. Therefore, I have decided to make an expected directional move of Nifty, where I find that the Nifty may behave on this expected path on different dates till June 6, 2019, and I find if the Nifty Index closes below the level of 11,000 on June 6, we will see the Nifty Index to remain under strong bearish pressure. Therefore, my expected moving zone for the Nifty Index till June 6 will be this one, where I find that the Nifty Index may break the support of 200 days moving average in the daily chart, because the growing fear of economic slowdown at the global level may create a panic-like situation in the absence of a constructive plan from the newly formed government of India, which is going to take oath today. And I find that if the economic policies remain the same to tackle the Indian economies, and I find if the Indian Central Bank, that is Reserve Bank of India, is not given full autonomy to tackle the non-performing assets of the bank, we will see sharp selling pressures in Nifty Index during the days ahead, because growing NPAs of Indian banks, where most of the part of the non-performing assets is unrecoverable. Therefore, I find that the Nifty Index will see more downwards if the newly formed government is not able to find an early solution to immediate economic problems. We will see the Nifty Index to remain under bearish pressure till June 6. Now let us see this movement in an hourly chart to see how the Nifty has closed today. So friends, this is an hourly chart of Nifty Index, where you can see that after testing the highs of 12,036, Nifty Index facing selling pressure at the level of 11,966, where today it has once again tested these levels. And in an hourly chart, here you can see that this formation of a shooting star in an hourly chart looks evident enough for continuity. Friends, this is an hourly chart of Nifty Index, where you can see that after touching the highs of 12,037, Nifty Index faced sharp selling on May 23rd after touching the highs of 12,039. On May 23rd, Nifty Index touched the lows of 11,600. Here you can see that how this strong sell-off in Nifty Index, which is evident enough for a continuous selling below the level of 11,900. Therefore, I find that my expected moving zone for Nifty Index will be this one, where I find that a move below the level of 11,000 on June 6th will result in further downward moves during the days ahead. So friends, thanks for watching this video. If you like this video, don't forget to share this video with your more and more friends. Thank you.